Well, hey, good morning again, guys. If you're on my TikTok, I've already been on there a couple times. Today started off kind of muddy. How about that? Wasn't rocky, but muddy. I wasn't even like quicksand mud. It's like almost foundation. It's like ew, but it was like ah at the same time. Okay, I don't know if anybody can relate with that, but how can something be ew and then ah at the same time? um that's when you know that God is just like picked you up in your soul space and gave your hug, like gave your hug gave your heart the biggest hug ever. Okay. So I just wanted to remind everyone where we were yesterday in Revelations, and I did do some studying a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get into these letters later. But just I'm claiming Memphis the New Jerusalem, all right, because there's a whole port over here needs like another freaking earthquake or something. Okay. I don't know if you guys are up on your history, but we actually had a huge earthquake, like in God, I can't remember. But if you look up Reelfoot Lake, that's it was formed because the river flowed backwards when we had an earthquake. Okay. Well, in my brain, I'm thinking, if the river is flowing backwards, then we need like another earthquake to make the river flow back the correct way. But I learned last night that, let me find my notes, hang on. I learned that there was an earthquake years and years before we, as the United States of America, were in existence. Okay? And it, I cannot find it. Bear with me 2 seconds. Ha! 17 AD. There was a massive quake. Okay? And this, I'm reading this backwards. I'm dyslexic, however you want to take it. But when I'm reading my books and listening to my lectures and wherever I'm getting my little nuggets from, it looks like chicken scratch. Okay? But that's just how it's coming out of the mouth of whoever is talking. Just be grabbing my cliff notes, okay? And I learned that people who give you encouragement to keep going, even if you don't know where you're going, sometimes we're not going anywhere, but we're going back in time, and we are picturing that timeline. Okay, at least this is how my brain works. Now, I am a writer. I did all kind of stuff that is not published or not. High school is totally different than now. Okay, but the things that we pick up in those school years, if we keep applying them to our everyday life, then it makes sense. Okay? Just like I don't understand why in the world we had to do algebra or geometry or 2 plus whatever, or remove second power, I mean, all that. I just could not wrap my brain around it. But as I'm going through my adult life, I'm taking the formulas that were stored and instilled in my brain in the file cabinet in there, because that's what a brain is. It just stores stuff. We don't know when we're going to use it. You know what I mean? And if we try to figure out where and when and how we picked up the info that we did, we're going to drive ourselves crazy. Anyway, back back to the message I was trying to deliver. Okay, because I can get science and spirituality and all that stuff can be combobbled, okay? So, William Penn, he was one of those guys that wrote about the letters that Jesus ordered these different churches to write. And you know, remember a lot of these, the first letter was written by Paul. Okay, I mean, all know Paul was thrown into prison, all right? But this is for 7 different postal districts or 7 different cities. This is going back to, it's actually Asia Minor, is what I'm told. It's the little part of Asia. I'll have to pull up a map and get it out. But it's in Turkey, okay? And this is back, this is a letter of the Philadelphia, okay? And there's a story that goes with Philadelphus, who one of the kings was nicknamed, per se, because of brotherly love. And again, this is reset going back to the 1st century. The first letter was